Hey guys, Janice Petteway, Director of Brokerage Development for Exit Realty Corp International. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So today our title was Check Please, How to Stay on Course or on Task. I know in this business, or actually in life, we get pulled in all different directions, don't we? Especially right now, if you're one of those people working from home, or even sometimes in a busy office, right? People are constantly, hey, how are you? Do you want this? You want that? Are you hungry? All of that stuff. And, or a phone call or a lead comes in, or you check your emails before you do what you're supposed to do for the day. And it's life, right? Distractions. So what I have learned in all of these years in all aspects of my life is that I do better with a task list, and I do better when, and I feel better when I do that. Check, check, check. And I found with even agents through the years when I'm coaching and lifting them up in their business, if I can get them to understand that when you tell yourself you're going to accomplish something and then you do it and you reward yourself with that big check mark, like I'm done, I did it, it's yay, that it does something to you internally. It's an emotional, mental, I don't know, spiritual thing when you accomplish these things. So it works on so many levels because it feels good. So the more it feels good, the more you want to do it. So every day, what's happened through the years for those of us that practice this is we don't feel right if we don't get those check marks done. It's uncomfortable because it's so rewarding when we do. So this is what most people that are successful with this do on a daily basis. So I want to share it with you, and I'm asking you to try it and see if you fall in love with this process. Because if you can do it for your daily work tasks, then you can do it for your love tasks, meaning your family, friendship things you say you want to do in a day, and you can make another list for that. You can also do it with your financial tasks and investment tasks, and even just household tasks, maybe projects. And you would just give yourself a little bit different time frames, right? So for work, they're daily time frames. So for me, I write down what I need to accomplish the next day, and I do it the day before. Depending on where I am at the end of my day, I either do it at, say, like that end of daytime, whatever that is for you. I'm not one of those people that say you have to work 8:30 to 5:30. You just need to work 40 hours a week if you want to be successful in this business, is what I believe, at least at the beginning. So whatever that end time is for you, that's usually when I know what I need to accomplish the next day to feel good about my progress, right? So I just write a list. And what you do is you write down the top maybe 10 things, or the 10 things. Most of us don't have more than 10 things the next day that we really need to accomplish. And I do them in order of importance. And when I say order of importance, I want you to understand that that does not mean the things that I want to do first. Most of the time, it's the exact opposite, because the hard things sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do that. But that's number one, because I know that I'm going to feel the best getting it off my plate. So those things are number 1, 2, and 3. You just get them done. So I just make a list of the things I need to get accomplished. So for you guys, it may be call my seller on Smith Street, because you haven't talked to them, and within a very short period of time, they're going to be calling you mad. But you don't really want to call this person. There's not enough really to tell them, but you need to. So you're going to put them on one. You're going to run some data on the neighborhood so you can have an intelligent conversation about what's happened in the last few weeks. Even if it's nothing, at least you can be looking at the data and saying, the 1, 2 streets over reduced by 5K, whatever you need to do to make you feel like you have a conversation, the ability to have a conversation. So that might be 1. 2, maybe get out my monthly newsletter that you've been putting off. 3 might be check on mortgage for 123 Adams Street. Whatever your things are, call 10 of my past clients, call so-and-so, check, whatever it is. And you're going to write down 10 order of importance. And then as you do them, you do number one, and you do not do anything else until number one is complete, period. Nothing else, including dealing with any of your emails or messages. You do number one. And then you just keep going through the list. Now, as you master this, you will get to where you have other things that you need to do. So I know that that's my life. So what I do is I take my day in the hours of the day, and I just plan the first 3 hours of the day I have time in that day, looking at my tomorrow to get done 1, 2, and 3. But I also can answer messages and check my emails. I just can't get distracted and be off target, because between this time and this time, 1, 2, and 3 must be done. And if I get to the last 45 minutes of that time frame and I'm not finished, everything else gets put aside and I finish. Everything else gets put aside and I finish. And then I do big check marks. If you can get in the habit of doing that, it will change your work life, because you will get so much more accomplished, because you're not giving yourself any choice not to. So I strongly suggest you start this pattern. And then what you do at the end of the day, if you haven't gotten to, like, say 9 and 10, 9 and 10 become 1 and 2 for the following day, because you're teaching yourself that nothing ever gets put away and not addressed. If it goes on the list of the top 10 that is important, then it must be checked off. And you add it to the next day, you finish it first, and then you go from there. I promise you, it's a great way to be and to live your life. Imagine if you did that with your family, and you knew that tomorrow I really need to call my mom. I also need to call my cousin. I also need to call my best friend I haven't talked to she or he in 2 weeks. I need to check in. And then whatever else, I need to order a birthday cake. I need to look up ideas for anniversary gifts. Whatever it is, you start to live your life on purpose and proactively, so that when it becomes birthdays and anniversaries, etc., nothing is a knee-jerk, I gotta do this right now, because you're living proactively. You knew it was coming and you put it on your list, and it's peaceful and wonderful. And so when you make those phone calls to your people, it's planned out, but you get it done that way, right? So it's a good thing. So love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.